Mike, just to start, that slow style RPO they were running seemed like it was giving you guys a lot of trouble there early. Just what was it about it that was kind of throwing everything off balance in the secondary?
You kind of got to get a feel for something like that. You don't see it often. So the more you go against it, the more you get a feel for it, and the more you can adjust. The main thing is that we play with character, and we always going to fight, and we're going to keep persevering every time. So it's just something that you got to get over that hump. Some days, and today was one of them days that we had to get over the hump.
Secondary came up with 3 second-half interceptions. Just what were those adjustments that you guys made that allowed you to have a lot more success against that style of play?
We got up there and challenged them. We didn't allow them to do what they wanted. We made them work for it, and that was the result.
Travis, I don't know if you were told, but you tied the program record for rushing touchdowns today. I know that the main goal of this team right now is to win the national championship, but what kind of accolade does that mean to you to have at this point?
Sure, it's cool. It really means nothing. And that's honest. Just focused on winning and winning with these guys, so.
Yeah, Karan, I know that end around seemed like you had a lot of space when you got the ball. What was going through your mind when you saw those blockers ahead of you?
Yeah, it was a great feeling as soon as I touched the ball. I seen my bigs out in front, setting the edge. I just had to hit the hole and get in the box.
And Blake, you guys really dominated the line of scrimmage today. Basically all season to be able to go and do that in the playoff game. How huge is that for this team going forward?
Yeah, that's good. That's kind of what we're built to do. We're every game we want to stop the run, and we were challenging them to throw the ball, and our DBs made some big plays in the second half, and yeah, just got to keep it moving forward.
Any others for the athletes?
Well, quite a football game. Really proud of our guys. We got behind and really struggled in the first half. Stopping their offense, but we kept battling. Made plays in the second half. We talk all the time about turnover margin. Ended up with 3 interceptions that took them out of drives. Big 4th down stop, and then offensively made some big plays in the second half. Once we finally got the lead, I really felt good about where our guys were at, the confidence that they were playing with, and certainly getting the 2-score lead there allowed us to play a little differently. That style of offense is very unique. They executed really, really well, but I did think defensively we did a much better job in the second half.
Looking at their offense, have you ever seen an offense that runs that kind of delayed style RPO like that?
Honestly, just on TV watching Wake Forest, who plays that long mesh RPO. Tarleton's a little different though in that they play it with really, really wide splits. Obviously, a couple of really talented skill players. That wide receiver is a very talented player. They got a really good running back, quarterback. I thought made some really good throws through the course of the game. And so what it causes you to do a little bit is you end up, and I thought we did maybe in the first half, we played defense on our heels just a little bit. In the second half, I thought our guys played with a lot more confidence and certainly generating a couple of turnovers. One of the things we talked about at halftime was, hey, let's generate a couple of turnovers and get some stops. Defensively did a good job of that in the second half.
Turnover margin, you mentioned it. Do you think that was overall the big difference in this game, those 3 interceptions in the second half?
Yeah, it was certainly a big part. They came in as, I think they were like plus 15 or something like that on the year. They came in as a team that had really taken good care of the football. And, we were trying to play the run with a lighter box and put more guys in coverage. And, as a result, I thought we did a really good job of tightening some of those windows in the second half on a couple of the interceptions, and then our guys did a really good job on a couple of tip balls that made catches as well.
With that secondary group, they kind of got, you mentioned it on the heels a little bit, in the first half, struggling to stop the pass. What does it say about that group that they were able to come back in the second half, not only, rebound, but get 3 big interceptions?
Yeah, I think, we made some subtle adjustments at halftime. Defensive staff did a good job, but, the one thing, this is a team that plays with a lot of belief and a lot of confidence, and even though, things weren't necessarily going our way, particularly on that side of the football, the guys kept playing, and it was one of those games where every stop was big because, both teams were moving the football pretty good.
Early on, you guys were able to run inside the tackles pretty well. How much did that open up perimeter-wise for like rods and around?
Yeah, the reverse plays were, our run game was pretty consistent, all day, and so with the zone run game, they started running a lot of people to the play, and the way you counter that is with boots and reverses, and we hit them on a couple of big reverses. Carter had one for a touchdown, and then the big one by Karan for a touchdown. Those are all based on the fact that you're running the football with consistency, just like play action passes. So, our offensive line, I thought, really showed some wherewithal there at the end. We were able to lean on them pretty good there and close out that game when we needed to as well.
Then you guys are advancing to the third round for the second straight year. What does that say about the program you guys are building here?
We've got our program, when I came here, it was, we thought this could be a program that we could compete nationally year in and year out. We've taken that step through the last couple of years, third playoff berth in 4 years, and now advancing into the quarterfinal round 2 years in a row. But I can tell you that this team, you ask anybody on this team, and all they're going to say is we got work to do, and we got an opportunity to play at home again this week against a really good football team, whoever it is, and we'll be excited about that opportunity.
Both lines seem to do a nice job of moving the line of scrimmage. Could you kind of sense that your physicality growing maybe a little more important as the game went on?
Yeah, I think particularly on the offensive side, I thought we wore them out a little bit, with our run game, and that was big there in the fourth quarter. Defensively, it's a weird defense. You have to hold a weird offense to play. You got to hold your gap for a long period of time. Again, we were trying to do it in a way that we played a lot of guys against the pass and not as many guys against the run. And honestly, for us, I think that back came in averaging, I don't know what he was averaging. Steve, you probably remember 160, 70 yards a game coming in. I think we held him to about half of that today. So I think we did a decent job against the run, just, too many big pass plays that we gave up, particularly in the first half.
I know Travis said it doesn't mean much to him, but tied the all-time rushing touchdown record in program history, I guess. What does that just say for how much he's done?
Yeah, he's a tremendous young man, first of all, and a really good football player, he's such an unselfish player. When he said that, he meant it. That record doesn't mean much to him. He obviously gets his fair share of touchdowns, but there's a lot of times when he's the lead blocker on somebody else's touchdown too. And that's the kind of unselfishness that this team is playing with, and one of the reasons why we're winning games.